Hey folks, it's Dave Isaacson. This morning I want to do an informal video. I'm definitely in Sunday morning mode, and shout out to those of you that know the meaning of this shirt. Now, what I want to demonstrate to you is a warm-up process, which is something I'm doing on the classical guitar, so there are specifics to the order I do things in that are relevant to what I need to do to play on this instrument, the music I'm going to play. But the ideas are going to apply to everything. And I'll just say that the main thing that you should be doing when you warm up is just waking up your fingers. Just slowly easing into your dexterity. And what I see all the time is people will say, yeah, I do warm-ups, I do this. Or I run all my scales, or whatever that is. You can work your way up to that, but what I just did is not very useful and very possibly harmful, because it's not thoughtful, and a warm-up should be thoughtful. So I wanted to show you an example of how I might first approach the guitar when I first pick it up in the morning, and I have not played yet today. So I might start off, especially because on the classical my right-hand tone production is so important, just with open strings. Because remember, I need to wake up this hand too. I need a good deal of control over here. And I want a consistent sound from one finger to the next. This isn't bad. And I'm really calibrating as I play. All right, where's the string? Where's my finger? I'm being very specific in thinking about it. And I'm only playing on open strings because I don't want to think about this hand. I want to be 100% focused on what's going on over here. So that feels pretty good as a start. And then maybe I start a pattern. Now that finger's using more, that pattern's using more of the ring finger, which is not quite awake yet. So I'm going to start like this. And just feel the string, the resistance, listen to the sound. Notice I left some space, and now I start repeating. Pause. Rest, and now I might bring in a chord. But what I'm thinking about over here in the left hand is just floating. And even as I do this, I feel like my ring finger isn't quite awake yet. So going back to ba 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 ba, that four finger exercise I said people tend to do, what if I just do this? And I feel finger balanced on the tip. Weight of the hand actually leaning back on the fingerboard. You're not going to do this for the rest of your playing day. You're not going to be thinking like this. You're just doing it now to experience that sensation of what light and balanced and not squeezing at all, just floating across the fingerboard, what that feels like. And when you watch very skilled players do that, you have to understand that that's something that they cultivated and learned how to do. Some people are naturally looser than others, but that doesn't mean that you can't learn how to do it. And so by doing this, I'm practicing the sensation of a relaxed left hand on the string. That's really important. Maybe then you play a scale. And if you're comfortable, then you can moving through this quickly from there into an arpeggio, and now I'm holding a left hand pattern and adding a right hand pattern. This is now a coordination question. If you're playing on an electric guitar, that might not be your coordination question. Your coordination question might be, say you're working on your picking precision. And so you're just concentrating on how much am I moving here? Am I pushing down or up, or am I simply moving? And now I'm going to think about coordination over here. See, even that wasn't good. I didn't land right because it's a different guitar and it feels different. And right now I'm sitting in the classical position because that's where I'm comfortable. So coordination on this guitar. And I'm not working on developing that at this moment. That is actually something I'm working on, but right now I'm just talking about warming up. And the idea is that I started very, very simply. And maybe the electric guitar equivalent, let me go ahead and plug the darn thing in, is to really think about touch and tone. By the way, I'm playing through my Hot Tone Mojo Attack Nano amp, floor amp, which I can't really get the camera to. I should do a video on it. 3-pedal stomp box. I think it really sounds good. Okay, so same idea on the electric guitar. Warming up, just hit a note. Just float. Wiggle a little bit. If you're practicing vibrato or bending, this is a great way to start off because you're practicing how, as I was talking about on the classical, to float on your fingertips. Just like this. That's all it is. You should take your hand away from the guitar for a second and feel that. So just imagine that if you touch your thumb to your fingertips, the guitar neck is in between, and that there is a great deal of power here, so that you don't need to push with this muscle back here. You can... Now certainly there are times even that's a bit much if my fingers haven't warmed up yet. So maybe I should just play a scale, but maybe I want to play a scale musically so I'm not just bleh, bleh, bleh. So I'm just going to take, okay, let's say C major in the 5th position. All I'm really thinking about is staying relaxed. And I'm listening to the tone. I'm not digging in. I don't want a snappy sound. I want a clear, round sound. And I'm cultivating a light attack. And now my dynamics. Recognizing how my left hand wants to squeeze as my right hand digs in harder. So again, this is all exploration. And then maybe you go to chords. Maybe you're practicing things like this. And you're just zeroing in on getting those 2 fingers to move. Maybe you're working on your bar chords. And you might say, for example, take this A minor chord that might be your goal and just warm up with just ease your way in. Just don't push your hands at all, and then you work your way into a tune, and maybe you start with something simple. Don't start with the most challenging thing you're doing, or if you do, so I'm working on a Bach prelude right now, not on this guitar, but why not demonstrate it? And it's challenging. I'm not playing it right now any faster than... See, even that I missed, right? So... if I'm warming up, I'm right now just reinforcing note locations. And what are the things I need to think about at full speed? I think I will work this up on the electric guitar. It sounds pretty cool. But you see, playing that lightly, playing that slowly, I'm already listening to the resonance, to the attack, to the tone. And like I said, you don't have to think this way your whole practice day, but just start that way. Start simple. Ease your way in. Dip your toe in the water. What does it feel like? And you will find after, I don't know, 10 minutes of this, maybe 20, see how lost in it you get. But it's an exploration, and so you start to get used to feeling your way on the guitar in real time, which is really what the improvisations are about. Feeling your way in real time. And I'm starting relaxed. Just deciding to play E minor pentatonic. work my way in to more challenging things. But not before my fingers feel limber. And if I want to break that down, it's always a question of analysis and seeing what's going on. And so you've got to take the step back and work your way back in. If you get in the habit of this, then every time you pick up the guitar, you are improving what you're doing because you're paying attention to nuances. And the nuances are whenever somebody comes in and says, I got all these pieces, but I can't put them together. Guess what? Putting them together, nuances. It just means paying attention. You've probably heard me say it before if you're watching my videos, and I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm Dave Isaacs. Thanks for watching.